tape for this opportunity. Nkosi Ndebele, Brandon Davis at a catch weight of 141 pounds. Ndebele is 31, Davis is 36. Both men 5 feet 10 inches tall, and you can see the South African Nkosi with a 4-inch reach advantage.
Let's go, fight.
Brandon Davis is in the white trunks. Southpaw stance for Nkosi Ndebele in the green.
Battle of the leads hand straight away. Davis using that rear leg to feint, to threaten Ndebele. There's that left head kick I was talking about. He's going to test and feel out his opponent, see if he can expose some targets, but he will start to set it up.
Throws the left leg to the inside shin. That's a clash of shins when we're in opposite stances. Nkosi now goes orthodox temporarily, back to the southpaw.
And you could see Ndebele's, like, that Kukushin style, those kicks from Kukushin, there it is again. It's brutal, the style of kicking in Kukushin. It's a very hard-nosed style of karate where they tend to test each other's toughness with power kicks.
Well, we're less than a minute into the fight, Dan, and already Nkosi Ndebele has given really 3 levels with that left leg. High kick, hit him with the body, and then, of course, tested it low as well. Big swing.
That was nice
for Davis.
Yeah, that was clever. He feinted the rear hook and then pumped it the second time around. The change in rhythm caught Ndebele by surprise.
Early card action here in the cage. We push toward our main event, a PFL welterweight world championship between Thad Jean and Ernesto Rodriguez.
Brandon Davis got pushed back a bit with that left hand. Almost a clash of heads there. They've got to be cautious as they're crashing together. Easy work to pick his legs up and utilize them as weapons. And what you'll notice with Ndebele as he's moving forward, he's always showing elbows, just so he looks like a dangerous opponent moving forward.
Davis tried to walk Ndebele onto a spinning elbow there.
Nice setup. Body shot to high kick.
And you can see that ease of switching stances for Nkosi Ndebele.
Yeah, he's real ambidextrous with his kicking. And you can see how he has that back foot turned almost away from his opponent, making it easier to lift that lead leg up and use it straight away. We saw a lot of the same type of stuff with Wonder Boy. He would turn that base foot back leg away, making his lead leg like a flick attack.
Nice combination for Nkosi, finishes it with the right hand. Tries the spinning wheel kick.
Nice slip uppercut attempt there from Ndebele.
A dangerous punch to throw the backhand on that looping underhand effort first, but the movement disguised it.
Tries with the long elbow. Brandon Davis reads it, just able to pull his head away so he doesn't take the full force. Davis now trying to control it against the fence again. Sorry, Sean.
We were both making the same observation. He wanted to march forward and press Nkosi's back to the grates. Good sharp inside low kick there from Davis.
When you've got someone that's got such a varied and tricky style as well, the less space that you can give them, the better. That's why Brandon Davis really wants his opponent backed against the fence. There's that straight left again.
Nice left hand landed for Ndebele, and he pushes himself into a clinch. But right now it's Davis with the time clock.
Ndebele clinching here. Maybe looks like he's going to try and test Brandon Davis's grappling. Nice trip takedown there.
I wasn't sure if we would see any of this wrestling from Nkosi Ndebele.
See Brandon Davis kicking his feet up to the ceiling, squeezing the floating ribs of Ndebele, just to give him a little bit of discomfort while he's in this position. Davis almost with a tight clinch for a moment there. He looks like he's getting jammed up against the fence here, though. He needs to try and right himself, make some space so he can utilize his legs.
Ndebele's got to be careful letting Davis create too much of an angle. Now the right hand gets to work for the South African. Left elbow comes over the top for Nkosi. 10 seconds left in round one, and Nkosi Ndebele will finish the round on top of Brandon Davis.
Break. Good job, gentlemen. Good job. Ready?
Taking in some mixed martial arts action. And I love it when a celebrity doesn't skip the early card, Dan Hardy.
Absolutely, that's a real fan right there. Because you never know who's going to be a champion in the future, right? Champions have fought on undercards before, and I mean, the way that Ndebele's fighting right now, we need to keep an eye on him. Bantamweight and featherweight. Davis looking for that searching right hand over the top of Ndebele's jab. That's a good calf kick, though, from Brandon Davis.
Nkosi Ndebele, the former PFL Africa Tournament champion. And we've talked for years now about that might be the next frontier of great talent production in the MMA world. The African continent now starting to produce some elite fighters. Nkosi Ndebele wants to be counted among them.
Hammering that lead leg. Look at him using the instep to hit the calf. Unusual, but very effective. You can already see the damage, and Davis has switched his stance.
And Nkosi stepped through after the kick and threw another laser left hand. Didn't land quite as solid as that one in the first round on the highlight package. Ndebele now hand fighting. Almost standing. Oh, front kick to the chin. And he's got Davis backing up. Clinched knees here for Nkosi Ndebele, who's smelling some blood. Framed with the left arm, attacks the body with the right leg.
See the force he's able to generate into those body kicks. Like, you want to keep your hands up to protect your face, but those shins are sliding into your midsection. Nice body hook.
Look at the target selection here from Nkosi Ndebele against a 25-fight veteran. Uppercut there from Nkosi, and look at the body control. A flurry against the cage here, and Nkosi Ndebele wants a finish in round two. Big swing and a miss there for Davis.
Davis leaning into his veteran experience, but he's just not able to land a great deal of strikes that are significant. Nothing that's holding Ndebele off.
This is where Brandon Davis and all that veteran experience that can be a problem for somebody like Nkosi Ndebele, and really a problem for anyone in mixed martial arts. I mean, he just ate 20 punches, several knees, a couple of kicks, but he's not going anywhere. And you saw Nkosi Ndebele take a step back and a deep breath, and maybe wonder what it's going to take to get this guy out of here.
And of course, Ndebele wants to step into the PFL cage in the US and impress everybody with his skills. If he keeps hitting Brandon Davis and Davis is not going away, does anxiety starts to creep in a little bit? If he starts to feel fatigue, does he start to think, hang on a minute, why is this guy not going away?
Davis trying to find some offense here in round two. The movement of Ndebele frustrating a lot of these attacks. There's another overhand left this time. Good sharp jab with the lead right. Tried to hide a slapping head kick behind that jab.
Coming up to a minute left in this second round. Ndebele's cruising here, and if he was fatigued, Brandon Davis has not really done a great deal to keep him in that state. He's been able to kind of stay on the outside and pick it in with his legs and get a breather. Oh, solid right hand.
It snuck through after the left came up just short. And Nkosi again trying to throw some big power on the follow-up.
Gotta watch those fingers.
Final minute of round two, scooping uppercut. Glances off the guard, right hand to the body.
There's that front kick again, snapping into the midsection. Both sides, both feet he can utilize to land the same technique, and of course creep it up to the chin as we saw a bit earlier in the round. Little dance up against the fence.
Sharp jab. Davis hit something because he got a nod from Nkosi Ndebele to acknowledge it. High kick, not quite on target. Round 2 in the books. He's here in the PFL cage for the first time.
Brandon Davis pushing forward straight away, probably feeling the pressure of one round to make something happen. Ndebele playing some footwork games here, juking, and he can spin from either side as well as we've seen. Lovely chassé kick right above the knee.
Showing that hip dexterity. Davis tries to stunt back.
That was a good slip there by Davis.
Scan the QR code, use code PFL30 for 30% off, plus free shipping at EFXsports.com. Elite supplements from EFX Sports.
Brandon Davis working out of a southpaw stance, switches back to orthodox. Definitely more comfortable as an orthodox fighter, but he takes a couple of shots on that lead leg and is encouraged to switch back. And Ndebele's kind of working at his own pace here.
Good read on the motion. And now Ndebele says, I can spin too. Couple of kicks to the midsection, and again after attacking the thigh.
Oh, a level change, look at that. Very good timing on that, straight underneath, unexpected by Brandon Davis, who's now laughing from his closed guard position. 3 minutes to work though. Can Brandon Davis do something with this? You can see him trying to push the hips away of Ndebele with his legs. But Ndebele's driving forward, trying to keep connected to the fence. Wide open guard there for Brandon Davis. No interest from Ndebele to pass. Happy to stay in this position. That near side elbow's got to be a concern for Brandon Davis.
That's why he's building the frame with his own left arm, Davis. And again, a conversation happening with the two fighters while we're on the ground. Halfway through round 3 now.
Thudding shots to the ribs there. Brandon Davis keeps hooking his toes into the fence. Dan Mergliotta just warned him. But he's struggling to get an angle in any direction. You can see how the crook in his neck because of how close he is to the fence. Doesn't seem to have a great deal of motivation to get back up right now, Brandon Davis.
A little restlessness from the crowd here in Washington, D.C. as Nkosi Ndebele content to pressure from the top, pulling away on these scorecards. Hasn't really absorbed any damage at all in this fight.
Ouch, big elbows there. Brandon Davis really utilizing that MMA experience to survive in these positions. He's not taking a great deal of punishment, but he's also not mounting a great deal of offense here.
Big right hand comes down from a now standing Nkosi Ndebele. Here's some good ground and pound from the South African.
Brandon Davis covering a lot of these though. You can see Dan Mergliotta's looking on.
Little cut opening up next to the left eye of Brandon Davis in that flurry. Nkosi getting a last breath here maybe before a final flurry as we come up on 30 seconds left.
Does Brandon Davis just have a snatch armbar or something here Does Dan Miragliotta get in here and stop this fight in these last 20 seconds? There's a lot of bluster in these shots, but Brandon Davis, he's still smiling for the most part, and a lot of these are falling short. Good swelling over the eye of Brandon Davis.
Nice hatchet elbow right to the midsection for Nkosi Ndebele. And now he passes the guard, and one final right hand. The king of many nations swells the eyes shut of Brandon Davis to finish the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges score this bout 30-26 for your winner by unanimous decision, Nkosi Ndebele.
Click below to subscribe and watch more MMA content.